how you can change your shift, how you can change your mood, how you can shift your energy like that. If you want to know, then watch this video. Let's go!
You can get through that. You can get through anything, okay? And at that moment, I knew my life would change forever. Hello, how you doing? Yes. Can we all just stand up really quick because we've been sitting for a minute? Can we all stand up, move our legs around? I am Tina. Otherwise...
Meet Tina, StarzTina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges. Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation, they do finances. I talk about Traumedy. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make Traumedies look good. Yeah.
StarzTina Wilson, transforming lives by overcoming one Traumedy at a time.
Hey, Grand Rising. Good evening, good afternoon to you and also you, wherever you're watching. Today is Friday. It's 7/11 and it's September. What's today's date? Does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter. But I am so super excited to be here. It is September 5th. Whew, time is flying. As you know, it's the last the last month of Q3. Where did time fly? It seemed like it was just Christmas and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. But anyway, this 30-day challenge that we're doing is all about elevation. Elevation when it comes to your fitness, elevation when it comes to your health and wellness, because that's what I do, right? That is my jam, baby. And we're reading from the book of No More Traumedy. But I want to share a quick story with you guys, right? Because we talk about movement all the time. And does anyone here like to dance? I don't know about you, but I love to dance. My whole life, I loved it. And I remember when I was in college, I was taking this girl's like, come to New York City with me and take a dance class. She took me to Broadway Dance Center. For all my New York City dancers out there, if you've ever been to BDC, that's what we used to call it. And I remember it was on near 55th Street, and I'd run off the train and I'd run down the street. It's not there anymore. It's at a different location. But if you've ever been to BDC, just put BDC in the chat if you're with me. But I've always loved dance. And I want to share with you one story that just really comes out of how dance changed my mood. So if you've been watching this, and if you know me, you know my son, Jamal Molly Gaines, was murdered in 2016. The murder of a child is very harsh, especially if it's unexpected. I mean, if you know that your child is sick and the doctor tells you that's different, but if you're thriving, everything is going, and then boom, it happens, you kind of get shocked with it. So my daughter and I would always go to the gym. Like after it happened, she pretty much clung to me for the first month. We'd go to the gym all the time. And we had so many people that wrote songs about him. And there was this one particular song that this guy wrote, and it was pretty cool. And I loved the song, one, because it had my son's voice in it when he was a kid. You know, every kid wants to be a rapper, right? So my son did a little rap. So in the beginning of the song, there's a little rap. And maybe we can find it, Renee. It is on, not Spotify, some other thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll find the song and I can show it to you. But anyway, in the beginning of the song, he's rapping. And then this kid says a rap, and there's a part of the song he says, Miss Tina, moms, whatever, whatever. And I remember we were in the gym and I just started freestyle dancing and I was just moving and I was just going. And there's something about movement when you're not thinking about it. And I always say, you want to dance like no one can see you. You want to sing like no one can hear you. Because if you're doing these things, you don't care. You don't have any inhibitions. You're not like, oh my gosh, what if they don't like the way I sound? I didn't care, let me tell you. And my daughter recorded it. And, when I watch it, I'm just like, wow, because I can see the pain just leaving my body. And I think I was wearing a shirt or something. I remember I like took it off and like banged it on the floor. And if you watch some of your favorite artists, like I used to love Janet Jackson back in the day. And if you watch some of her dancing, it's just like wham, wham. I think we all have this energy inside of us that sometimes just has to get out, right? So when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling anxious or depressed, or you're just like, play some music, right? Move your body so that you can get it out. So that's the story that I wanted to share from you. And if you're reading with us today from the No More Traumedy book, we're on chapter 13. And in chapter 13, the picture that we share here is our emoji board faces. Because how are you feeling? How are you truly feeling, my friends? Type it in the chat for me right now. Are you feeling elated? Are you feeling light? Are you feeling heavy? Let me tell you, I always say your vibe is your tribe. In our fitness class this morning, my girl Carla was on fleek, okay? She had so much energy, so much love, and it was like, wow, it brought me to life, right? And I always say it's very hard to bring me energy. So if you're bringing me energy, you're on and popping. Okay, let me get to the point. Chapter 13, how are you feeling? How-to guide. The one question you don't want to ask someone who has gone through a traumedy is, how are you doing? I hate when people say that. Personally, I don't think they really care and they're just being nice. One day, I was in a Zoom meeting with a bunch of people and someone said, how are you doing? I said, do you really care? She said, yes. And I replied that I am not having a good day. She prayed for me and really reframed how I thought when people ask, how are you doing? Let's get back to the topic. How are you doing? What is that? Feelings are so overrated. I think a lot of people really don't know how they feel and can't express it, which can lead to many communication issues. Look at the how are you feeling today chart and notice all the emotions. It's important to tap into how you are really feeling and be honest with yourself. If you can't face the truth to be honest with yourself, you will never get healed. I invite you to do a checkup with yourself once a week. It can be a part of your self-care ritual. So let's get into that right now, right? How are you feeling? And if you're watching this and you're like, you know what? I want to go live with her. Click the link. I may have Renee come through. I may have someone else, Carla, come through. I don't know. I'm just going off the fly right now because I think it's important that we tap into our feelings, right? And that goes right back to my children's book that came out of this book. It's one to teach your children to understand how they're feeling. So are you mad? Are you happy? And sometimes when you're mad because you're depressed or you're sad or you're hurt, right? A lot of people show these anger issues because they're really hurt. And I say, think about how you're feeling and then drill down even deeper into that feeling, especially if it's a not so good feeling, right? So, how are you feeling? Type it in the chat right now and let me know. Once we understand how we're feeling, the next thing we want to do is we want to express it, especially if it's a great feeling. The reason is because when you're feeling great, everyone else feels it, right? It's not like it is the ripple effect. It just goes over and over. So if you're feeling great, bring that energy into the room and we all can feel it, right? And when you're not feeling too good, when you're not having a good day, express that as well. Because trust me, guys, we can see it. We can feel it in the air. It's like this stink smell. It's like, ew. Yesterday, I called my mom because she gets 7 minutes every day. Do you call your mom every day? And if you don't, I want to invite you to. Maybe your mom's not with us. That's okay. You can still talk to her. But every day, my goal is to call my mom's and talk to her for 7 minutes. And I call her this day, and she knows I don't like the grumpy attitude. I don't want to hear it. She already knows this. I train her well. So she just kind of keeps her mouth shut. So I called her, and she's like, looking like a sad little puppy, like her puppy died. And I'm just like, what's wrong with you? And she talks, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why didn't you call and let me know? And she said, and mommy, I apologize, but hey, let me tell you guys, I talked to you, I'm going to spit it out. So if you don't want this to be out there, mommy, you should have let me know. If you don't want me to say something on air, just say, Tina, don't share it, but I'm going to share it. So I said to her, why didn't you call me and tell me what was going on so I could help you? And she said, well, I heard two no's, it wasn't going the way. And I just didn't even feel like, I didn't think to ask anyone else because she had already heard no, no. So she gave up. Let me tell you guys, no's get you closer to the yes. You don't give up because you get a no. You get motivated when you get that no, right? Carla, I would love to have that energy on here today. I know you're over there on YouTube. If you want to come back in here and come through, I would love that because Renee told me. But my point is, how are you feeling? I could look at her, my mother, yesterday and tell her energy was low. So what's my job? To bring it around. So I said to her, well, let's do blah, blah, blah. And it was able to be done. In life, sometimes we get stuck in these sad, depressed energy feelings because we don't share them. You have to share. Don't diarrhea on us, okay? I know, Renee, don't use the word diarrhea, but I like the poop and stuff. Anyway, you want to share your stuff, your what you're feeling, but you don't want to dump on people all the time. That's important because you got to get out of your body. So first, you want to understand what you're feeling. Okay. I'm feeling sad because I wanted to go to this event, but my car's not working. 2, express it. Share it with someone, right? When you're sharing, you might be able to get some help. And then you want to understand what you're feeling, share it. And then the last one, push yourself through that feeling of whatever it is. Maybe you're going to journal. Maybe you're going to dance. Maybe you're going to shout. It doesn't matter. But the one tip that you're learning today is move your body and dance. Yes, yes. Okie dokie, crew. So we have been here 5 days straight. And in these 5 days, it's all about that elevation. Carla, if you're able to come through, I got a special guest for you guys this Friday. This is a pop-up. Maybe I'll do a guest every Friday. I want Carla to come through, and I want her to share her energy with you that she shared with me this morning. And I want her to share one thing that she's learned in these 5 days of elevation, if she's able to come through. That would be great. And what have you learned in these 5 days of elevation? Tomorrow we are going live. Turn on your camera, Carla. You got to turn on your camera so we can see you, girlfriend. That's how I can pull you through. Yay! There she is. Girl, hey, how you doing? How you feeling?
I am amazing.
I hope you're not driving. You're not driving, are you?
No, I'm not driving. No, I cannot drive and text at the same time. That's a no. Anybody that does that, that's a no.
Girl, let me tell you, I had this new device on my car where it tracks everything, so my car insurance can be lower. So if I don't reply, it's because I can't. I'm looking at the phone. I'm like, because I don't want my car insurance to go up. So I'm driving like 2 hours a day. So if I don't reply, it's because I'm driving. So guys, I want to introduce my daughter, my other daughter. She adopted me. Usually you adopt a kid. She adopted me. So this is Carla. Carla has been with me for I think 2 years now. I'm not sure the transformation with her. Carla, in these 5 days of elevation or the time you've been with me, can you share with us just one thing that's transformed your life? I would love to know, or the peeps would love to know.
Okay. Oh my goodness. It just amazes me how much I have transformed into what I am now. Before, I would never be anything like this. But ever since I've been here, oh my gosh, I'm getting ready to do you, StarzTina, baby. I have went from a 1 to a 10. Like, my family does not even recognize me. I would go on the floor and just do my dance. I heard about what you said about dancing. Anybody that loves dancing, I was doing boots on the ground. I was doing all that stuff. Oh my goodness. I couldn't sit
Renee, did
down.
you hear that, Renee? Renee, she was doing boots on the ground, so we got to get her moving, Renee. So I don't want to hear my ankle. I can't. And Renee, I mean, Carla, I realized like when I went to my family reunion, I see these people moving, moving, moving. But when I tell them come and exercise, oh, I can't. But let the boots go on the ground. Come on, they're moving. Carla, before
I
you leave us
understand.
today, give the people one tip that they can do to transform their lives. Because before you met me, we know, tell us what your life was like and how did you make that mindset shift to so that you can transform.
Um, Listening to your coach. Always listen to your coach. A lot of times, I think I know more better than me. And if you're not losing weight, more likely you don't know what you're doing. So I just appreciate my coach, which is StarzTina, for just helping me to be the me that I thought that wasn't possible. And it just amazed me when I go to school class. I am famous, Joe. Very famous. I am. I mean, teachers like, were you on that video? I'm like, yes. They're like, girl, you were good. And I'm just like, okay.
I'm so proud of you, Carla. Thank you for this pop up. And in the past, if I would have asked her to join me, like she wasn't trained or prepared for this. It's just like, come through, come through. So thank you so much. I'm so stinking proud of you. Let's go. Thanks for coming through, Carla.
Yes.
All righty, crew. Let me
Bye.
turn this camera back around. And those of you on Instagram, welcome, welcome, and thank you for coming through. I'm Tina. This is our 30-day challenge, 30 days of elevation. This is day 5. Today's one tip is move your body and dance. If you're feeling anxious, upset, whatever, I want you to dance, dance. We read from the book No More Traumedy today. This week, it's all about purchasing this book because this book can help you and help all of those around you. It's a little bit about my story, which is my traumedy, and a traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When that happens, life-changing experiences occur. Everyone goes through it. And we want you to transform your mind, your body, and your soul. The back of this book has a lot of tips. When you purchase it today, you not only get a signed copy, but you get a Traumedy kit. And in this Traumedy kit, it's tools that are going to help you push through all that pain when you're not feeling that great. All righty, guys, this has been an amazing 5 days. Make sure you come in tomorrow. Honestly, I'm not sure what time. We might do 7 o'clock. I guess we can do 7:11 again. Yeah, 7:11 is good because class starts at 8. So this is perfect. All righty, guys. From the mountaintop, I'm coming to today. I'm all about the tongue ties. Everything's been tongue tied from the very beginning, but that's okay. Right? Do it scared. My daughter made a post yesterday. Oh my gosh, I was dying laughing. If you're not following my daughter, Divinity Gains, lot of mercy, you got to follow her. She was like, she's she's been to heaven, right? She's had those great days, and she's been to hell. Okay, I'm botching up the whole thing she said, but she said it can't get any worse, right? Do it scared, do it fat, do it skinny, do it bald, do it with a weave, do it with a wig, do it, just do it. Do the thing that you're most scared of. All right. And I understand where she was coming from because all the things that she shared, she went through. She was getting bald spots in her head. That's why she said, do it bald, right? She used to do wigs and weaves at certain times in her life. That's why she said that. Do it fat. Now, she would say fat. I wouldn't say she was fat. She would say she was fat, but you know what it is, what it is. Do it skinny, do it hard, just do the thing. You're going to feel so amazing afterwards. If you didn't know, Sunday, I signed the lease, like, gave the money and opened my brick and mortar, my studio. It's there in Tampa, Florida. Like, I don't even believe these words come out of my mouth, right? And I have to thank so many people, from Renee to my coaches. And I said to my coach, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done this, because my coach literally said, Tina, I want you to do this. Go out and find some space. And I was like, I'm not going to find any space, like all this stuff I was saying. And you tell me something, I'm going to do it. So when I said thank you, he said to me, Tina, I didn't do anything. It's just you kept saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. And I just said to you what you said to me. That's why, my friends, it's so important that you share your dreams, you share your goals, because when you keep saying it, people are going to get tired of hearing you saying it. Even Renee said it, right? Renee said to me a few months ago, I'm talking like, I want a brick and mortar. I want a brick and mortar. She's like, why do we have to wait till next year? Let's do it now. And look at it. It's here. It's now. You just have to speak it. There's so many things I want to share with you guys that we're doing. I'm just going to share one last thing. I know we talked about the book. Is Monday is our crew, our team, because we have an online fitness boutique studio, our 21-day challenge of health and wellness. It's all about consistency, right? Tomorrow we have our class. I'm getting out of here because I'm going to keep talking. Plus, I got to get to the gym. I'm teaching my first class today. Make sure that you text the number right there, 732-656-8973. If you would like to visit us in person, I'm doing one-on-one consultations for the first month for free, because I want you to get in the studio. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Bye. See ya.